Hi, it's Sienna from Sienna's 1111 Spiritual Healing. Today, my message is about forgiveness. I would say, obviously, meditation is important when you go to want to forgive, people from your past, things that have happened to you in your past. So, my story is about forgiving my parents. I was definitely, neglected as a child. Um, Trigger warning if you haven't seen before. I definitely had a lot of traumas, physical, mental, sexual trauma. Um, and, a lot of my forgiveness has been for my dad. My biological dad, he did just pass away. Um, I had forgiven him years ago. We didn't really get along. I didn't feel safe living with him anymore. When I was in school, I would say in middle school, I met one of my best friends. I'm not going to call her out. I met one of my best friends, and I really just started always staying with her. I would ride the bus home. I would stay at her house a lot and then ride the bus to school. After I would say about a year of doing that and being around her and her family, I was finally able to be adopted by her parents. I forgave my dad a long time ago. But with my dad's death this past summer, I have had a lot of things come up. It kind of brought up, things that I've kind of buried and forgot about. I always work when I meditate on making sure, I forgive all the things that come up, all the things that I can, remember that come up and I push down over the years. The major thing is, forgiving him for treating me the way he did. I know it's not okay, especially, a child. I didn't have any say. I didn't know anything better. I thought that's what love was. I thought, maybe that's how other parents, treated their children. I didn't really know until, I went to school and realized, people didn't have the same relationship that I did with my parents or with my dad that they did. Um, again, forgiveness. I have forgiven him. And I have meditated on, forgiving him that, he just wasn't in the right place. He, was a bad person. Not all of us learn why we're here um, to grow. I don't know his past. I don't know, if maybe, things were done to him as a child and, he just carried that with him and then, decided to treat his children the same way. Um, but I do know that, I have forgiven him. Forgiveness is a very hard thing. It's always great for yourself, for the love for yourself, just to move on, to forgive. I have forgiven my dad. I always hoped that, maybe he would hear my message when I meditate, that I have forgiven him. And I know that, he just wasn't in the right place to handle the things, that he did in the way that he did. And I just wish that, maybe he would have connected with his spiritual side, maybe asked for help and guidance, maybe meditated, and really just fixed his life so that he didn't treat me the way that he did. A lot of it, I really forgiven him. He passed away in June or July in the summertime. And then, so now this Friday, I made my brother. I do have another brother, or I do have a brother, biological brother, not, the brother in the family I was adopted to. Um, I do have a brother, and I kind of made him in charge of, everything that had to do with my dad in the beginning, because, I just didn't want to deal with all of it. I didn't know what it would bring, what things it would bring up in my life, to try to help him deal with my dad's death. We ended up did we ended up getting him cremated, and I've forgiven him so much that my brother lives farther away, states away from me. And my dad did, resign here in Michigan where I do. So on Friday, I have to go pick up his cremation. So, I do have to drive about 45 minutes from where I'm at. which is way easier than my brother because he lives hours and hours and states away. They said it would cost a lot of money for them to ship his ashes to him. So, I have gone ahead and say that I will go pick them up. So, with my forgiveness for my dad, I would think back when I was younger and I first left that I don't think I would ever agree to going and picking up his cremation. That's not something that I think I would ever want to deal with. But I am. I said yes to my brother. I said yes, I'll go pick him up. Um, so on Friday, it's going to be definitely a big step for me. I'm going to go pick up my dad's ashes and hold on to them for my brother until he can come to Michigan, and then maybe, decide what he wants to do with them at that point. But, forgiveness is so important. I feel just so proud of myself that I even think that it's not a big deal for me to go and do this. So, remember, forgiveness is so important. And, it's important for you to heal by forgiving others. And I always feel, we are all one. So when you heal and you forgive, that helps me as much as it helps you. So we all need to learn to forgive the people that have done us wrong, and just know that they weren't in the right place in their life. So, don't forget to forgive those people. Forgive them for yourself. Forgive them for, all of us. We are all one. That's how I feel. We are all one. So when you heal, I heal. So when I heal, you heal. So I hope this message about forgiveness reaches who it needs to. And you just need to know that it's okay to forgive someone. Even though you don't forget, it's okay to forgive. It'll help you heal, it'll help you grow, and you can move on with your life. Thank you.